Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Scott Show. We are keeping it local here, talking about local issues here on the scottshow.com, patreon.com/scottshow, and tinyurl.com/the Scott Show for our YouTube listeners. So we are here and live almost every single day. I like saying every single day, but hey, I gotta take a break sometimes. And we are here to keep it local. So I wanted to talk about a few things that have happened here in Duluth, Minnesota, Superior, Wisconsin, that are going to happen because I think they're cool and we want to keep it local. So hey, why not, right? That's how we do. Alright, so first of all, I want to say congratulations to Dennis Anderson from WDIO TV and also from Almanac North on PBS, on whatever the call letters are for PBS. I can't remember. It's Channel 8. So, I always love Channel 8. WDSE. There you go. I knew I was going to get it. But I want to give Dennis Anderson a shout out. And lots of love to this man who has been on our TV here locally for so many years. And I'm not even going to say how long, because I don't even know. It's been such a long time. He has been an institution for WDIO TV. And his call, his send-off, good night everybody and be kind. It just makes you remember how important life is and to be kind to everybody. So, Dennis Anderson in the Broadcasting Hall of Fame. How cool is that? Local boy done good. So I appreciate him. What he does for his family, what he does for his church. He's just a man's man anyway. So all the love and respect in the world to Dennis Anderson, and thank you for all the years you've been broadcasting live to us. And I just want to get on and broadcast myself, saying thank you to the one and only Dennis Anderson. Such an amazing dude. I also want to get on here, and like I said, this is Northland Notes, is what I named this podcast. I did that for a few reasons, because we got notes. We don't have just one. I want to talk a little bit about the synagogue fire. As you would have saw on the tags, it said fire on it, so why not talk about it? The gentleman I don't really care to talk about the gentleman himself. I'm only going to talk about what he did. Whatever. But the gentleman who got arrested and charged with the synagogue fire here in Duluth, Minnesota, had mental issues, was homeless, had issues above and beyond wherever you could get help for him, apparently. Because in Duluth, and I work in the system, folks, there's a lot of help out there for you. But this gentleman was resting himself right by the synagogue, started a fire to get warm. Apparently it got a little bit out of control. With it getting out of control, he tried to spit on it. I don't know why in the world you would do that, but it's what he did. He tried to spit on the fire. It didn't work. Shockingly. Did not work. And he just left. He left the fire unattended. And then the building, which stood since 1891 or whatever, went up in flames. So this incident for this guy who was homeless and just cold goes to tell you a few things. First of all, we should do something about the hunger and cold. And I'm all for that. I'm all for helping people, getting them off the streets. I don't think the people should be sleeping on the streets ever. Period. End of story. There should be something in this town that people can go to that they're not scared about. There should be more than one place that people can go to stay warm. That they are left alone, honestly. I think that one of the most important things when you look at homelessness is that people sometimes just want to be left alone within their own head or wherever it is. And maybe I don't know where this guy was, and frankly, I'm not going to get into all that. But there are different things that we can do as a society, and getting people off the street, just opening up a building, opening up a church. You know, you can stay warm if you turn on the heat, rather than have a fire outside and burn the damn thing down. Darn thing down. However, it was a church, and I'm sorry. So that happened. The synagogue fire happened, and it was an accident. And I hope that makes people a little bit more on ease, or at ease, for the fact that it wasn't a hate crime. I know that people immediately went there. It was a bad thing. It was a terrible thing that happened. But at least we know now it wasn't a hate crime, if that goes anywhere for anybody. So there's that. So one of the last things I want to talk about, and I do love the websites we have here. Duluth News Tribune is awesome. Big time shout out to the Duluth News Tribune, all the good people there. And I had something in mind. Oh yes, I do have something in mind, very important. And again, I'm not going to get into names, just because I'm not going to. But however, there was a report on Facebook, or just somebody posting on Facebook, that somebody had died. Somebody who I know personally, and so the thing is that I don't know if it was drug related or what it was. They posted that the person had died, and then you got the revamp of that they didn't, and now nobody knows what's going on. So I would just like to, for the friend that I know, and if anybody's listening and knows this person, and hopefully, everything's good. If it's not, I don't know what's going on. But I do want to say, hey, communication works sometimes. If it was a drug-related issue, which I kind of think it might have been, we need to get those drugs off the streets. We're talking in Minnesota about legalizing marijuana. That's one thing. It's marijuana. It's not the end of the world. But then you go to worse things like heroin and meth and fentanyl and all these other the cocaine and all these other things that are just bad for you, period, end of story. And then you see people OD on them or whatever, and I don't like that, and I hear about way too much. I have a friend of mine who had a neighbor, and she passed away due to an overdose. Not cool. So for this person who I know, who will not be named on this podcast, if you are alive, I hope the best for you. Seek help if you're no longer with us. May God bless you in the interim. Alright, so you guys have a great day here on the Scott Show. This is Keeping It Local. Have a great day, and we'll catch you here real soon on thescottshow.com.